This week on Raceweek Illustrated Garage Talk, we take a look at asphalt action from Anderson Motor Speedway. We travel to Hartwell Speedway for some dirt track action, and we talk about the upcoming World Crown 300 with Dan Elliott. All that coming up next here on Raceweek Illustrated Garage Talk. Hi folks, welcome to Raceweek Illustrated Garage Talk. I'm Brandon Reed. Thanks for being with us. We've got a lot to bring to you this week, so let's get straight to today's headlines. Will McGrew scores the pure stock victory at Anderson Motor Speedway. David McCoy grabs the $2,000 to win limited late model victory at Hartwell Speedway. Daniel Hemrick sweeps Southern Super Series action at Five Flags and Mobile International Speedway. And racers and track officials are gearing up for the World Crown 300 at Gresham Motorsports Park on July 4th. For more on these and other stories, visit us online at RaceweekIllustrated.com. Our lead story, Anderson Motor Speedway in Williamston, South Carolina, played host to the Pure Stock Powwow Friday night with a big crowd of fans on hand for side-by-side action from several divisions. With clear skies overhead, race fans from around the area flocked to Anderson Motor Speedway for Friday night racing action. The night kicked off with the BM Modifieds. Austin Northcutt jumped out to the early lead, with Kelsey Roberts in second and Beanie Gillespie in third. Casey Tucker was on the move, and he and Gillespie would battle for third place before Tucker took the spot and would look to track down Roberts. Lap 7, Roberts goes around off the front bumper of Tucker, bringing out the first caution of the night. Both cars head to the pits for repairs. Roberts will return, but Tucker's night is over. On the restart, Northcutt holds off a challenge from Bryce Malcolm for the lead, while Gillespie settles into third. That's just where they'll stay to the end as Northcutt charges under the checkered flag in first. Back behind the leaders, Roberts and David Brackett get tangled up coming to the finish line. Both drivers are okay. So it's Northcutt with the win, Malcolm in second with Gillespie in third, Jerry Bryant in fourth, and Brackett credited with fifth. In Legends action, Riley Halverson jumped out to the early lead, but would see that lead go away when Zane Smith goes around in turn 2, meaning there will be a complete restart. On the drop of the green, Halverson and Rex Brown go at it for the top spot, with Brown coming away with the lead. Halverson follows in second with Kevin Ellison in third. One lap later, the caution flies again when Ellison spins in turn 2 and is hit by Andrew Brown. On the restart, Brown and Halverson race side by side for several laps for the lead. On lap 6, Brown moves solidly into the top spot with Halverson and Zane Smith giving chase. One lap later, Halverson moves back into the lead coming off turn 4. Brown would retake the lead 2 laps later off turn 4, but Halverson was all over him and moved back to the top spot half a lap later off turn 2. Halverson would hold the lead the rest of the way as he went on to score the victory. Smith made his way past Brown to come home in second, with Randy Gunton in fourth and Lee Jordan in fifth. B.J. Thrasher jumped out to the early lead on the drop of the green in the mini stock feature, with Wayne Hammond and David Darnell giving chase. Meanwhile, Chad Campbell is on the move, and by lap 5 he's made his way all the way to second place, with Darnell in third. Lap 7, Ryan Howard goes around in turn 4, drawing the caution. It would be the first of 3 consecutive cautions drawn by the number 10 car. On the restart, Thrasher holds the lead with Campbell in second and Darnell in third. 3 laps to go and Campbell is all over Thrasher, looking for an opportunity to take the top spot. With 2 to go, Campbell gets the opportunity he needs as the duo goes side by side for the lead. Final lap now, Campbell gets the real estate in turn 1. Give him the lead. He'll hold it to the end as Chad Campbell scores the win. Thrasher finishes in second with Darnell in third, Brandon Seegers in fourth, and Ryan Lockwood in fifth. In Evergreen Renegades action, Blake Gregory moved out to the early lead, with Chad Watt in second and Greg Darnell in third. Darnell was on the charge as the number 3 car moved up to challenge Gregory for the top spot. A power move in turn 3 would give him the lead. Meanwhile, Robin Darnell is also on the move, looking to challenge for the lead. Lap 4, Watt goes around in turn 2 after being hooked by Robin Darnell. Robin is moved to the back of the field by race officials due to the contact. On the restart, while Greg Darnell moves back to the lead, Gregory and Jack Robertson fight for second. That opens the door for Robin Darnell to power his way back through the field as he moves all the way to second place. Meanwhile, Greg Darnell drives away to score the victory. Robin Darnell finishes in second, with Gregory in third, Robertson in fourth, and Adam Satterfield in fifth. Some of the wildest action of the night came in the front-wheel drive feature, with Joey Kelly grabbing the early lead, with Brian King and Tommy Davis in tow. The first caution of the event flies on lap 2 when Robert Hall and Casey Burkett went around in turn 1. On the restart, Kelly jumps back to the lead with King challenging him. The caution flies again on lap 3 when Michael Cross goes around in turn 2. On the restart, big trouble breaks out in turn 1 with Josh Wells getting turned. He rolls side over side, ending up right side up as several cars scramble around him. It's a scary sight, but everybody is relieved when Wells gets out of the car and waves to the crowd. Taking a look at the accident from a different camera angle, Wells is turned after contact from another car. His car gets sideways, then gets airborne, rolling side over side. Fortunately, he's okay, but the story's not over yet. After looking over the car, Wells gets back in, fires the car back up, and drives back into the race, much to the approval of the crowd. We'll have more on Wells in just a bit. Back under green now, Kelly has to work hard to hold off a hard charge by King, but he'll keep his car out front to score another front-wheel drive feature victory. King finishes in second, with Tommy Davis in third, B.J. Davis in fourth, and Donovan Beecham rounding out the top 5. The Pure Stocks were on hand for a visit to Anderson and put on a great show with Shane Gentry, Barry Thornton, and Will McGrew putting on a spirited battle for the top spot throughout the 15-lap feature. The trio would swap the top 3 around, racing just inches off each other's quarter panels throughout the feature. Gentry would hold the early lead, with Thornton and McGrew both looking to challenge on both the inside line and on the outside. As the laps wound down, it was McGrew battling his way around Gentry for the lead. McGrew would pick up an advantage when Gentry and Thornton began to fight side by side for second. When the checkered flag flew, it was McGrew scoring the win, with Thornton in second, Gentry in third, Eddie McGrew in fourth, and Greg Dodgens in fifth. Let's hear from the winners. Another race here at Anderson, another win. Tell me about it, pal.
Well, it looks like it got a little crazy there behind us, but luckily we were out front and stayed out of it, and pressure there at the beginning, and I was a little worried, and the car started coming to me about mid-race, and it took off, man. I got to thank my dad for working on that thing. He's a heck of a setup, man.
All right. Man, they made you work for that one. Tell me about that win.
Yeah, I just kind of tried to save my tires there for the first half, riding on the outside of the, I think, 75, but I decided to make my move, pull down to the inside, and just drove right by him. So I just got to thank the guy that gives me the great setups, Ryan Farbo, and my parents and everybody that helps us out.
Chad, that's the way to do it, partner. Last lap pass. Tell me about your win.
Yeah, that's the hard way to do it. Wish I could say I drew it up like that, but it's 19 BJ Thrasher. He's always tough. Me and him ran side by side. We never touched. We both gave each other room, and both cars was the handling was going away a little bit, but we both respect each other as drivers, and that's how it should be racing right there.
Looked like you just had it on the rail tonight, partner. Tell me about it.
Well, it hadn't been that way all night. The heat race, the car really loose. Made a right rear spring and put some rear stagger in it. I think the car was just four-wheel sliding, and the rear end never would set down. So when it's loose, it's hard to put more right rear spring to it and open up the rear stagger, but we did that, and it sure did make the difference.
All right, partner, another win. Tell us about it.
Just got lucky. The little 7, he's really giving me a heck of a race. I really had to work for it.
Made you sweat out there a little bit?
Oh, yeah. I'm about to pass out. I'm so hot.
Well, I've run asphalt. I've run Greenville Pickens. We got the track record out there, 11 straight, 15 out of 23. I'm not a stranger to asphalt. We just got a good car. We got good car owners. And I'd like to thank everybody that, is on the Bad Boys team. Alan and Barry Thornton, my family, I got boys that races, it's hard to outrun your son.
How tough was it to finally get out front? They were giving you a heck of a run for your money.
Well, Shane run me as clean as he could. I was on the outside taking chances, and, he was trying to win too, so, it was racing.
Let's take a look again at the wild ride Josh Wells took in that lap 3 crash in the front-wheel drive feature. As we told you, after taking this side-over-side ride, Wells got back in his car, fired it up, and drove away to finish the race in 15th position. We caught up with Wells and asked him about his eventful night of racing. Josh, you got to tell me, you flip over there, you get out, you look it over, and you say, hey, this thing's got all 4 corners on it. We can still race it. Tell me what happened over there.
Hey, I paid to run a full race. If I can ride, I'm going to go.
Who got into you over there?
I don't know. I think it was at number 31. Wrecked the is what I've been told, but I'm not sure. You know, it's racing.
When you got out, what were you thinking?
I was thinking my uncle's going to be mad I wrecked his car again. Second time I flipped this year.
What made you decide, now wait a minute, maybe this thing will run some more?
Somebody said, crank it, let's see what it do. And I started it up, and somebody told me I can go, so I took off.
It's not quite a win, but hey, you get the Never Say Die award. How's that?
Hey, get my $20 back.
We've got to take a quick break now. When we come back, we'll head to Hartwell Speedway in Hartwell, Georgia for some dirt track action. You're watching Raceweek Illustrated Garage Talk. We'll be right back. For 30 years, the best of the best racers in the country have traveled to Jefferson, Georgia to fight for the title King of the Short Tracks. The fight continues at Gresham Motorsports Park as Slack Auto Parts presents the 30th annual World Crown 300 on July 4th. The fireworks will shine bright on the high-banked half-mile as Dawsonville, Georgia's Chase Elliott looks to defend his crown against fast aces like Bubba Pollard, Augie Grill, Daniel Hemrick, TJ Reed, Spencer Davis, and more. And when the action is over on the track, things will get hot overhead with a huge fireworks display sponsored by Royal Oak. Get $5 off with a discount coupon available at Slack's Auto Parts. Active and retired military and their families get in free with a military ID while supplies last, courtesy of Kipper Tools. Tickets are $30 for adults, $25 for seniors, kids 12 and under free. Go to racegmp.com for more information. Come see a king crowned at the Slack Auto Parts World Crown 300 July 4th at Gresham Motorsports Park in Jefferson, Georgia, the king of the short tracks.